You're watching the ISTEVision Network. Live, virtual, now. EdTech conference coverage you can count on. This is ISTEVision News with your ISTE Island News anchor, Bernardina Panazzo.
Good morning, and thanks for watching ISTEVision's closing broadcast at NEC 2009. Yesterday was a busy day. It began with the great debate. Brick and mortar schools are detrimental to the future. For or against? Duh! ISTE Island votes for a huge 4. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, sister, you don't talk unless I talk. My bad. Dennis Pierce from eSchool News covered our Tuesday morning event and talked with our panelists.
Are brick and mortar schools detrimental to the future of education? That was the topic of a spirited debate at the National Educational Computing Conference in Washington. Moderated by NPR's Robert Siegel, the debate featured panelists who argued for and against the need for physical learning spaces in an internet-connected world.
Most Americans aren't going to be confined to a life within a factory. Our students need not be confined in school either.
Depriving children of the richest possible educational experiences when we know better shows the bricks and mortar of our souls.
What about the youngster who actually has a mother or a father who's a single parent who is working all day? Where are those children going to access the virtual learning?
Audience members were able to weigh in on the debate. And while attendees rejected the idea that brick and mortar schools are detrimental to learning by nearly a 3-to-1 margin, nearly everyone acknowledged that it shouldn't be an either-or proposition.
Do we need virtual learning? Yes. Do we need connections and opportunities to get access to technology? Yes. It's time for us to remember that we don't want our father's schools. What we want are our children's schools.
Reporting for eSchool News, I'm Dennis Pierce.
Governors and policy staff from across the U.S. were seen touring the exhibit hall yesterday. Our ISTEVision reporter, Chris Walsh, has the story.
The Global Education Competitiveness Summit continues today as governors and other policy leaders from around the country come to NEC 2009 to see the innovative ways that technology is being used to improve learning.
The theme of the conference is how we can do better in terms of the global competition with educational results. And so listening to other countries and their success that they've had, like Singapore, like Finland, Canada, and other places, gives us a chance to look at best practices. And each country is different, so not the same things aren't going to work everywhere, but we certainly can share ideas, and I came away with a number of things that I think will be very helpful from a public policy standpoint. I think the next steps are to distill some of the concerns into solutions and then get them deployed. And so we need to turn them into action items, and that's what everybody's talking about today.
From the NEC exhibit hall, this is Chris Walsh for ISTEVision News.
Hillary Goldman and more than 500 EdTech advocates stormed the Hill yesterday, taking action to make a difference in funding for education technology.
Storm the Hill! Storm the Hill! Storm the Hill! Storm the Hill! Storm the Hill!
Coming here, we're 18,000 strong, and you have 500 people that really care about this issue. They take a day off from the conference and do something so great as to go and storm the Hill. I mean, we got to meet with people that represent us and our districts and really impact our lives and our classrooms and our kids in a very, very real way and profound way. And we got to have their ear for a few minutes and really tell them what we think is important in the classroom and how important it is to fund educational technology.
And it's important for us to go and say what we need to say to them.
It's the first time that I felt like that I was actually part of the process.
It was a great day because it was a chance to get up here on the Hill, talk with people that are making the decisions, really represent technology, represent education, and watch them listen.
I think that we got our message across to the legislators about how technology is so key to the future of our society, to the future of our economy, to teach the global learners of tomorrow.
It's just great to be able to see our government work. I think a lot of people don't understand that you actually can come to Washington and make a difference. And they're willing to listen to you, and that's the best thing about it.
We got to talk to our congresspeople, the people that actually make decisions that impact us in our area and our kids, and tell them how important it is to keep funding educational technology.
Keep making your voices heard. Together we can support EdTech and EdTech funding.
ISTE, we want funding!
of books and libraries have to do with innovation technology? Well, those books are there to remind us of the historic value of stories and storytelling. While we have all kinds of great new digital tools to help us now, from wikis to Google Docs to Kindle readers, the iconic book image reminds us of the wisdom of using the ancient practice of storytelling to document our experiences and inspire the experiences of others. We asked you to tell us your stories about what inspires you on a daily basis.
I find inspiration in the people around me. I find inspiration in my family. In terms of my work, I find inspiration from the members of ISTE who give so much and do so much to make things happen. And for them, it's a volunteer role, and yet they put so much time, energy, and passion into their work. I find that incredibly inspirational.
What inspires me is teaching students how to use technology to become lifelong learners.
What inspires me most is certainly the technology and how it's changing so rapidly every year, and the exciting things that we can do with that to promote learning.
I was inspired a month ago when President Obama said in Cairo, Egypt, that we, the US government, would invest so that children in Cairo could connect and learn with children in Kansas.
What inspires me every day to go to school is to be able to be creative as a teacher, and then to see that spark of creativity in my kids too.
I find my inspiration through the students. When they get excited about learning, it really gets me excited.
When the switch goes on, when they realize I can do this, when they completely change their mind about themselves, that's a huge inspiration for me.
I want my students to have the best life that they could possibly have.
Inspiration is important for us to give our best in any aspect of our lives and anything that we do, and that has to do with our profession, it has to do with our personal life, and I think it's what feeds us and makes us grow. And in education, inspiration is all the more important because it's important for us in our own work, and it's important because that's what we're passing on to the students that we teach.
We leave you now with one final story.
As attendees leave the conference, what we really want them to take with them is knowing that ISTE is there for them all year round. The conference is 5 days out of the year. The rest of the year, there are all kinds of ways for members to connect.
What I find most valuable after the conference is the fact that I get a chance to still communicate through the emails, through the listservs that I get through ISTE, through all the SIGs that I'm a part of, and also through my PLN through Twitter.
The value of ISTE is in all the resources that they provide to educators, whether it's books or online, and the fact that we can bring these tools back into our classrooms, use them with our teachers, and directly impact student instruction.
Oh, I can't wait to get into my classroom and explore with some of the ideas that I've gotten here.
The value to me is thinking about all the ideas and processing the ideas that I saw in the presentation in the exhibit hall, but also continuing to talk to the people that I've met at ISTE.
To me, the value of ISTE is this conference.
I'm Karen Ortiz, and I'm Regional Program Chair for ISTE 2010 in Denver, Colorado. We welcome attendees to the Mile High City. We're centrally located. We have awesome regional presentations to share with you that you won't see anyplace else. Come, extend your stay, and have a little vacation in the Rocky Mountains while you're there.
Come to Denver in 2010.
Yeah, sure, I'll go to Denver.
Denver or bust. Denver, Denver, Denver 2010.
Denver! I'll see you in Denver. I can't wait for Denver.
We'll be in Denver. Oh, we live there.
See you at ISTE 2010 in Denver.